And now let us look at a couple of endings examples where the bishop's pair is a weakness in the position. Very often such positions occur from the Berlin variation of the Ruy-Lopez. And here I would like to show the game of Tseshkovsky against Romanishin. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, castle, knight e4, d4, knight d6, bishop c6, dc6, de5, knight f5, queen d8, king d8, b3. So again, you see the similar situation as in the middle game. So when the opponent has pair of bishops, in order to be stronger than it, you must use the weaknesses in the pawn structure of the opponent. In this position, black has double pawns c7, c6, and white has an extra pawn on the king side. So pawns majority on the king side. So this is a very, very common situation. If you want to study more games, then look at other games from the Berlin variation. So h6, knight c3, bishop e6, knight e2, bishop d5, knight d2, c5, bishop b2, king c7, knight f4, bishop c6, knight c4. At this position, it is quite difficult for black to push the pawns and use dynamics of the pawns structure. Bishop e7, rook a d1, b6, knight e3, knight e3, f e3, bishop g5, knight d5, bishop e8. So black forces are forced to the last rank. g3, king b7, h4. And again, now the bishop is forced back to the 8th rank. Very similar example to the first game, Nemtsovich-Levenfish. And now we make the move e6, f e6, knight f4, bishop e7, bishop e5. White is playing for the domination. And after bishop f6, gf6, knight e6, rook g8, king h2, black loses the weak pawns. There is no any longer the advantage of the pair of bishops, but what remains in this position is the bad and damaged pawn structure with weaknesses pawns c7, f6, and h6. Vitali Tseshkovsky wins this position relatively easy. Bishop h5, rook d7, rook a c8, rook f6, bishop g4, rook h7, h5, king g2, rook ge8, knight f4, rook e3, knight h5. Now two past connected pawns on the king side must decide the game. Rook d8, rook f2. Of course, the position has become open and one of the bishops began to play. So it is important that we play in an accurate way in order not to give the counter play. So bishop d7, and now strong decision by Tseshkovsky to exchange this dangerous white bishop, sacrificing the exchange. Rook d7, knight f6, and now white pawns are advancing very, very quickly. White has a winning position. Rook g7, g4, c4, bc4, king c6, h5, rook e7, king g3, king d6, king f4, and the rest is not so difficult. Let's see how Tseshkovsky realizes advantage. The pawn finally promotes with the help of small tactics. And now white wins the pawn's ending. So that was a very nice game by Vitali Tseshkovsky, Grandmaster from Krasnodar.